You guys thought I was done with this series? Not quite. It is time for grayscale. So let's go. Hey people, it's Temi if you're new here. I don't know why I'm so nervous to be back. It's been so long and I will talk to you about all of that later on in the video. But you guys have been asking for more, so I gotta give it to you. It's Gray's turn today. I wanna go for something dynamic, something gorgeous. But with Gray, you know it can go flat so quick. But I'm excited using my M's Drawing colouring book as usual. And let's pick our grays. I'm going straight into my massive 320 Ohuhu set as usual. This is the Ohuhu set, which has the fine nib and the chisel nib. And I'm just looking on the swatch cards, trying to locate all of my grays. They're mostly on the first swatch card. And coming back into the set, I'm looking in the bottom left quadrant. I know it's not a quadrant because it's got 6 sections, but you guys know what I mean. I'm just trying to find anything that has grey in the name, and there are so many. We've got warm grey, cool greys, yellow grey, all sorts. So I'm having to look through other sections to make sure there are not any random ones that I'm missing, like this random red grey and also a yellow grey that I really forgot about. But is this not giving green? It's giving a tint of yellow that just leads more to green, but you know. Now I've got all of my greys. Look at this beautiful selection. It doesn't even fit in my one container, but I'm instantly overwhelmed by just the variety of shades. I'm genuinely shocked. The first thing I need to do is just to sort them out, organize them, see how many of each group I've got. And here is my selection. We've got the neutral greys, the cool greys, the yellow greys, the green greys, the red greys, the blue greys. Wow. And the next thing I'm going to do is just to quickly swatch all of these greys. Because as you guys know, if you're familiar with my channel and using alcohol markers, the cap doesn't always match the ink. So it's very important for me to swatch them in their groups. Obviously, I like to swatch it in a gradient order as well. But now I can see much more clearly that the red greys are a little too red for this challenge. The blue greys are a little too blue, but I have to see how I get on. We have got so many greys, and grey generally represents neutrality and balance. A myriad of shades. Think about the infinite distance between white and black, and then think about all the tints of all other colours, because everything eventually goes towards grey and then black. So we've got the red greys, the warm greys, the cool greys, the yellow greys, the green greys, what else is there? Can we include all of those in today's challenge? Should we be able to include all of those in today's challenge? Let me know down in the comments what you think. Grey is the colour of wisdom, the ultimate sophistication. Why are so many business suits a variation of a shade of grey? It also gives an elegant, wise vibe. Like, think about the impression you get with grey hair. On the other hand, it also gives a mysterious vibe, like when people say you're working in the greys or walking in the grey area. Grey as a colour can easily be overlooked, but I think it's such a fascinating colour. Obviously, it has its negative connotations as well. It can give very depressing vibes. Naturally, when something isn't saturated, it can end up looking really dull. And that is not what we want. I want more of a film noir kind of vibe, like maybe something dark, mysterious. I don't know. Anyway, time to pick our illustration. I'm going straight into the M's Drawing colouring book as usual. And here is our lady from last time, our brown beauty. I am going to name her Hazel Sienna. Shout out to all of you guys for the suggestions. I just love that vibe from her. Look at the gorgeousness. Anyway, let's find our illustration for today. And looking at the thumbnail page, do we have a choice? It's this lady up here. And just looking at the main illustration, there's so many flowers. Do grey flowers even exist? Now I'm actually panicking. This is probably the busiest illustration I've done so far, and it's gonna be difficult. But the first thing I'm doing is using my Milanote project board, and I've gathered all of these images of flowers. And also, I really want to represent someone with vitiligo in this illustration. So I've also gathered a few images of some women that have vitiligo, just to use as inspiration. So I'm starting with the flower. I normally start with the skin. I don't know why I'm starting with the flowers. But going straight in with the lighter portions of the skin and now marking out the darker parts. But it's not really as evident as I want it to be. And so I'm using this darker colour. And I'm realising this is the absolute worst colour ever. This is what I'm saying about just using the marker caps. I need to be paying attention to my swatches that I spend so long on. How beautiful are those swatches, by the way? But anyway, now back to the colouring. I'm just trying to colour the flowers in the different shades of grey and going into the hair. So I really want to do really dark curly hair and then having a section that's white. I think that would look really cool. And just going into the flowers, I'm basically just trying to put medium grey kind of flowers all around, and then also paying attention to make sure I go darker with some of them, and then also leaving some white that will have the best kind of contrast. I'm adding small patterns, small shapes. I really want some dark, smaller flowers just dotted around to give this a sense of balance, because the hair is so dark that I feel like everything is just looking crazy at the moment. But now for the background, I'm thinking of this cool grey, because I think having a cool background will make the skin feel warmer. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the way the skin is looking at the moment. I think I can probably go in with one of the warmer greys, maybe the yellow grey for the actual illustration. But this is what the thumbnail page is all about. I can use this as a complete tester page, and here is what it's looking like. I'm not gonna lie guys, this is gonna have to be another trust the process as usual. Before we get into the full page illustration, you guys know I love Ohuhu markers. I have spoken about them on my channel for 3 years. Ever since I tried it on that blue drawing, I bought myself this little set that I thought was massive at the time, but look at all I've got today. But I'm here to tell you the most amazing news. Ohuhus can now be refilled. It comes in these 16ml tubes, and you've got the color name on one end, and you can easily match it to a marker you already have. I'll quickly refill my black marker. I have had this for absolutely ages and it's not writing too well anymore. You can use the extra long nozzle just to drip the ink on, or the other way you can do it is just by removing the nib and pouring the ink in. I love that the refill container is transparent so you can see how much ink you've got left. This series only needs 2ml per refill, so you can refill this pen 8 times. As you can see, I'm so excited about this. I'm so happy Ohuhu have finally done this, and they want to give my subscribers 10% off anything on the Ohuhu website. So if you haven't tried Ohuhu already, what are you waiting for? If you've already got the marker pens, it's time to grab your refills. So use code TemiDanteArt to get 10% off anything on the Ohuhu website, or Temi15 if you want to grab the same 320 set of markers that I used in this video. This is just amazing. I'm so excited to be able to be working with them for this video. As you know, I've used them for a long time, so this is just a full circle moment. So shout out to Ohuhu, thank you so much for sponsoring this portion of the video, and let's get to the colouring. Now the fun part, or arguably the scariest part of the video, doing the main page illustration. First thing I'm doing is just to rearrange these colours in order. Let me get a clear head, just arrange my setting. I'm always using a piece of card to lean on, because alcohol markers always bleed to the next page. And now I'm ready to begin. I'm starting with the face as usual, and I'm also doing small shadows, you know, just trying to get it together, get the skin looking really nice. And now I'm adding the darker portions of her face. And I'm doing this in kind of a randomized pattern. Vitiligo is a skin condition that causes the loss of color in patches, and so it's generally very randomized on people's bodies and faces. And I'm just trying to show that in the best way that I can. It affects people of all races, but it's generally more noticeable with people with darker skin. It's important for me to show representation on my channel. I think it is absolutely imperative, so I'm happy to be able to colour our beautiful lady today. Going down into the neck, I'm doing the exact same thing, starting with the lightest colour and then layering with the darker colour. Also adding some patches so that you can see where some of the other pigment is. And going into the arms, doing the same thing again, starting by trying to add some of the natural shadowing, but also going in with the darker color to add the different elements of the skin. And now that we've got her skin looking beautiful, I will now move on to the hair. I found this inspiration picture of someone with kind of like a skunk patch, the white amongst the dark hair, and I think that would be really cool to do on our lady today. So I'm leaving a couple of strands white, and I feel like it will really stand out against the dark hair. I'm adding small shadowing with the hair, and you guys, you know me, it is white pen time already. With this hair, I need the levels, I need the layers. So I'm using my acrylograph pen just to add sharpest white highlights. This is a thicker nib, so I can really follow the curls and the flow of the hair. After this, I'm going in with a medium dark marker just to add some shadowing onto the highlighted bit so that it has a little bit of a blend. And look how shiny and gorgeous her hair is looking. Just locks and locks of perfection. I love it. And now I'm moving on to the flowers, starting with the bouquet in her hand. This is the bit that probably scares me the most, because with color and with working in any of the colors, if you've seen any of the coloring book series, I've done every color under the rainbow. I've done red, I've done pink, I've got purple, I've done blue, I've done green, I've done yellow, I've done orange, literally every color, even brown that we did last time. But doing gray is so dull. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but the vibrancy that you get from other colors is just missing. When the saturation is gone, the saturation is gone. So I really have to focus on trying to get really good contrast so that it comes up looking very striking and not flat. And at the moment, I'm not going to lie to you, I am struggling with this bouquet. I'm not loving it. And now it is background time. So I've got my washi tape to hand, and I'm just bordering off the sides of the sheet so that it overlaps with some of the flowers, so that I can have a nice good solid background, and then some of the flowers can overlap from the background. So I'm grabbing the same color that I used earlier, which is the lightest cool gray, and I'm applying it. But one thing you'll notice about alcohol markers is that it actually oxidizes and dries lighter. So when I first apply it, I'm not mad at that color, but as it's oxidizing, I don't like how light this color is. I feel like I'm not really seeing it in the background. It's not really having the effect that I want. So I'm going with this second gray marker, which is slightly darker, and I much prefer this shade. I think it's just the perfect level of cool for the background, and the silver of the washi tape is making me feel like it's looking a bit silvery. Is it just my eyes? Do you also get that vibe? And now going around all of these flowers that I haven't colored in yet, it's making me feel very excited about the potential of leaving some of these flowers white or very light. I think that would look really cool against the background. And now that our background is done, I'm just getting to the rest of the flowers, starting with some of the lighter ones and just adding small detail, just adding, small shadowing where I can. And this is a good time to talk to you guys about my absence, because I get so many comments. Where am I? Why do I no longer have regular videos? And trust me guys, I want to do more videos than I'm physically able to at the moment. I have a lot of different things that I do in my business. Art, so creating art and creating videos is now become a very small part of it. I have some behind the scenes work that I do with brands. I have some consulting that I've just kind of fallen into and I love. But all of these extra things just means I don't have the time as a one-woman team to be able to create the videos like I want to. This is something that's very big on my mind. I'm not happy that I'm not creating as much as I used to. I'm hoping with some new help, this will become more of a reality. Another thing that's been keeping me busy, guys, has been traveling. Your girl has been traveling. If you don't follow me on Instagram, where are you? Because Instagram gets all the tea. I recently went to VidCon in LA and that was so fun. I met so many other creators and it was just an amazing, inspiring experience. And I also bought some art supplies from LA. I went to the most niche art store and I found some true gems. Let me know if you want to see a video with all of the bits that I found. But yeah, don't think I've deserted you guys. I miss creating videos and I want to get back into it. I've got so much stuff in the backlog, starting with my gouache. gouache. I still need to finish my gouache series, but as soon as my gouache series is done, I will have more room for other things. Another top secret behind the scenes stuff that I'm working on are my own products. So I've got a few different things in the pipeline and I cannot wait to share with you. But the first thing are prints for my little gouache paintings. It's still very much in the product development stage, but I'm so excited. I'm going to receive little prototypes of it soon and it's just got me so excited for you guys to be able to get your hands on it. But again, these are all behind the scenes things that are happening all at once. So please be patient with me. But fingers crossed, we'll get more regular with this posting thing. And now back to the illustration. It is my favorite time of all time. It is white pen time. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? I am so excited for my white pen stage, the first thing I want to do is, I don't love this scarf and I wish it wasn't even a scarf, I'm going to be honest. So I'm trying to add a bit more hair so that it looks like the scarf has been stepped back a little bit and you can see, you know, some of the white skunk stripe that I was really intending. But for the white pen stage, if you guys are familiar with my channel, you know that I just love the extra highlight, starting with a kind of border around Our Lady, because I feel like she really needs to stand out against the background, and I love that I did that. And now just adding white pen details, intricate details to the rest of the flowers, and here is how Our Lady turned out. Shout out to you for being here throughout all of the different colors that we've done. Now that I've gone through all of these colors, let me know what else you want to see from my coloring book stuff. Let me know what we should name our grey lady down in the comments. And since you love this video, you'll also love this one where I did the brown lady from the start of the video.